Woody Wommack and Adam Friedman here, wrapping up Rivals three-stripe camp at Charlotte, presented by Adidas. Recruiting news, big day. And of course, we're right down the road from the national champions, Clemson. A lot of kids talking about him, especially KJ Henry, the five-star. What do you have to say?
Yeah, he's got Clemson really high on his list. You know, they're in his top 5 or his top 10, but you know, he's really considering Clemson more so than some of the other schools. You know, they're up there at the top with Ohio State and Virginia Tech and Alabama and Georgia, but really Clemson has done a great job with him and his family. He really loved the visit, and he had so much fun with their new facility when he went up there for the visit.
Yeah, what did he tell you about his timeline? Do you think there are going to be any shifts to his list when it comes time to make a decision?
Definitely some shifts to his list when we get towards decision time later this offseason. We're looking at probably a short list. I think probably near the end of the summer. Clemson should be making that list, I would think, along with schools like Ohio State and Georgia and Alabama. But I really think that Clemson's in a great spot with him.
They also had Jake Venables out here, of course, the son of defensive coordinator Brent Venables. He did well. And then Darion Kendrick, the wide receiver, always exciting as well, playing both ways today.
Yeah, he was really good out there. He was talking a lot. really likes to talk trash. He played both sides of the ball, showed off good hands, showed off really good feet, and you know, I think he could really excel on both sides of the ball at Clemson, although I don't know why he wouldn't want to play wide receiver at a school like that.
Yeah, so, and then Penn State. We know they're involved in a lot of guys they're recruiting at a high level today. What did you hear from some of the recruits and some of the guys that they have here that were working out?
Sure. Well, we had 2 of their top commits right now out here. Justin Fields, arguably one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and their top offensive line commit and Rivals 250 tackle Nana Asidu. Both of them showed out really well, and there were a couple other players that were talking up Penn State. Really loved the energy coming out of Happy Valley, and just really liked their visits when they went up there.
Yeah, and you know, Fields is a guy who's looking around. Of course, he told our Chad Simmons about that a little bit. The window might be a little cracked there, so Penn State fans are a little nervous, right?
Something to keep an eye on for sure, for sure. You know, everybody needs a big-time quarterback like Fields, and be a seismic shift in the recruiting world if Fields did decide to flip.
Yeah, that would make a lot more work for us too. So you know, we got to think about that one. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about Ole Miss. Sort of weird that we're here in Charlotte and Ole Miss as a player that's heavily in the mix, but DeMarcus Gregory, a guy they've targeted, and he told me a lot about him. You saw him out there. You've seen him in other events before. Does he fit the mold of what Ole Miss is looking for?
Yeah, really a big, strong receiver, a great downfield threat too. I think he's a guy that could be a game breaker for them if he decided to go that direction, but someone who is reliable, really does a great job taking hits and playing over the middle of the field. So Gregory would be a nice pickup for Ole Miss if they were able to grab him.
Yeah, Jacob Peeler, the wide receiver coach there, he mentioned him specifically as a relationship. Tennessee also in the mix. West Virginia, a little bit, Florida as well. But I think Ole Miss the team to beat. So that wraps it up for us here in Charlotte. Look for more content on Rivals.com.